Okay, coming up, we're in Franklin Village. There's fire truck at La Poubelle. And let's see what's going on here. Okay, well that looks like Scientology's waste of taxpayer dollars. The LA Fire Department. Oh, thank you. Here's the Borzoi. Oh, he's a little bit shy. He's a little bit shy. There's Jessica leaving. Hey, how you doing? Sidewalk art. Let me step over, GOA. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah. He's happy.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. How about you?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So we had
Beautiful dog.
Thank you. Oh, hey, good. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. He's just shy right now.
He's shy right now?
Yeah,
My
it's,
bad.
it's a little bit noisy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sebastian. I missed you. I scared.
Hi, Lara. How are you? Lara FM, the famous, the one and only. See, that's one test. People who love dogs.
Yeah. What kind of breeds?
It's a Borzoi, the Russian Wolfhound. Hi, Jessica. How are you? I heard, Jessica, I was so sad to hear you were getting off social media.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable. I know.
That was a great joke because Osa probably went stat, and then they went, oh fuck.
I finally got it.
They're probably false reported to David Miscavige. She's off. We got one down. Yeah, and then the Sykes got to you and paid you more money. Because I know they pay me $50,000 a week. Don't they pay you? Oh, the Scientology during Anonymous, they had a thing saying that big psychiatry was paying us all. Big Pharma was paying us like $50 a week to protest.
$50 a week.
Yeah, and so I told the guy, an OSA handler, I said I was getting $50,000 a week to run the whole thing, and he ran off. No, there's a thing that they can't get about free speech and how we hate their human rights abuses and child trafficking. So we must be getting paid by Big Pharma.
$50 a week.
Yeah, no, it would take a lot. I don't even get out of bed for less than $5,000. I mean, come on.
Literally.
So, but it was a crack up because I was listening to it, and they probably thought they got to you, but it was a big fail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a big fail.
I was just trolling.
They don't. Well, he's a little bit shy, so it's okay. But he is friendly. He's with his dad now. So we just had the fire department. Were the police here? Not yet. Okay. Well, there's streets. Okay, let's see the defender of Ansmobile. Scientology traffics children. It's okay. No, it's okay. He's fine. He's fine.
I used to live on 6th and Mason.
Yeah, Jeff. How are you?
Oh, hi. How are
Good to see
you?
Good, good.
So I was like, that's a lot.
What is that? What is that? What is that? Let me open it. Open it. Open it.
I don't know if I should give him the
Let me see.
pleasure.
Let me see that.
I don't want it.
Okay, let me open it. Let me see.
Can we do it together? No, it's a no. Let's do it together. I'm scared.
Oh, there's a note.
Uh-oh, what's the no?
Oh,
probably-
it's one of the papers.
Oh, it's just one of our favorites.
Exchange it.
Yeah.
He
I'm
exchanged
like, oh
it.
no, is it anthrax? Are we getting poisoned right
So
now?
what?
Is it like anthrax? Are we getting poisoned right now? I wouldn't trust it.
No, not when somebody hands you something. You should never take it.
Sorry for the firefighters. I know.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, and then when he said, I don't think it was like that made me mad. Yes, I for sure. It was a cop. Because firefighters were there, yeah. He's just dumb. But anyhow, I'm so glad our patient.
Chance to come.
Yeah.
Your husband got a lowrider?
He has a G body. Yeah. So he's the owner of the
Okay, let's see comments. Okay. Let me go over here too. Let's give me good comments. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sparkling Dragon. Thank you for dropping in to show support. Yeah, it's busy out here. So, yeah. How's your channel going? Growing?
It's growing thanks to DOA. He gave me a shout out.
Okay,
and
you
then,
give a shout out to my audience.
Oh yes, we in LA, and at we in LA, like we're going to LA.
We
and
in
then
LA.
No docs.
Okay, now what's your name so the viewers know you?
I'm sorry.
What's your name so viewers know you?
Oh, ever. Hello.
Ever.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a good name.
And what's your?
Oh, Jeffrey Augustine, Scientology Money Project.
That's right. And your wife is Karen.
Yeah, she's
I've been
Karen.
wa-
Yeah.
I've been watching her forever.
Yeah, she came down She came down recently.
Yeah. Oh, this Sunday or it was like.
No, like last week.
Yeah.
gonna come down.
Aaron was here. I met her when Aaron was
I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know how these like run together.
here. Yes, I know. I know.
Yeah.
What you mean.
But the thing is that the coverage is pretty phenomenal.
Oh, now it's blowing up, huh?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
probably
except
gonna have to go to Kansas City next month, and I thought maybe I'll be able to see if there's one out there and film out there.
you should just do it anywhere
Yeah.
you travel.
Yeah.
I'm going to be traveling soon, but I won't have time. I'm on a job.
Oh yeah.
So, but if I can get some time off, I will go to the nearest org.
Yeah.
But I won't be able to take my companion,
Oh.
my fully OT dog. Oh, there's a cop that went by.
Uh-oh, is it happening? I have
It's
the
an old-
feeling it's not over.
No, it's an old Crown Vic with something. I wonder what he's got on top of the car. He has like, that's weird. He's got some. That's strange. He had some kind of array on top of his light bar. Yeah, someone has a niece named Ever.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I don't hear too many.
Yeah, it's a great name. Sure, there's a story behind it. Yeah, there's a story behind your name.
Oh no. It's short for something, but
got it, okay.
because of these guys, I
Yeah.
kind of.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, I used my screen name for a long time with Jay Swift.
J Swift, yeah.
And so I use that name. It's still around, but I stopped using. I used it for like, gosh, 10 years. But even though they knew who I was before that. But it was like a brand.
Right.
So you're smart to not,
Yeah.
The other night I was talking to her about it, and I got like.
Okay, well.
I think something's going to happen.
Oh yeah, that's right. She is a belly dancer. Yeah, I think La Poubelle should put us up on their website, and they could just use us as crowd shots.
A week, so that and you make it feel like if you want things, if you want pleasurable things, it's actually a distraction from your mission as being a Sea Org member. That it's like a not okay thing. It's a bad thing to want other things outside the church, outside of Scientology.
What is like their
To control. They want to completely control people into thinking that they have this great technology. It's a money business scam. It's a human trafficking money business scam that was trying to be, I guess at the beginning in some way, some of the humans found it to possibly be a group that was going to help the world in the long run, but it's not that way. Everything about it, even the way that they promote it and they take footage of how they make it look up. It's all bullshit. Right? It's all lies. Like every part of it is a lie. I want to
like look at how mad everybody gets in the city. Like that person. So like
Hey. Oh yeah, that's right. I just met an actor who Scientology tried to scoop in, did not work, and they had a method of doing it, which I'm trying to get a podcast with this person about his fairly recent experiences inside of a celebrity center, or what we call Cameraland, and how they lied to him. They promised him they could get him work.
other than being in Scientology, which why would you want to do that? Why would you want to
I felt all love.
Look at people are up in Fort DOA.
Yeah.
So we should call it the van Fort DOA, the mountain.
I came all the way from San Pedro.
Oh, you did? Oh, so thank you for coming out. Yeah.
We're gonna get raped here, and the owner supports rape, so be aware.
Yes, and then I meet
Yes, I-
but I can only carry I did it, yeah. The others is special.
That's
Yeah.
awesome with the tail.
See? Great happens here.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So,
all the time. Like what heavy work, all kinds. Anything you could do that you would think an abuser would do to somebody, that's what they're doing. Scrubbing toilets, manipulating, being really, verbally abusive in front of the group. Or, like as kids, we had buckets of fucking water just in the first morning on us.
Yeah.
I think at this point they should
Now
just
you got Asha up there too.
yeah.
Before it was Surge.
It's easy to get up here. It's like impossible to get down.
I think they should just make La Poubelle a Scientology mission, call it a day,
Yeah, I think so.
or make it a class 5 org, call it a day.
Yeah.
No. You just play copyrighted music, cocktails, and listen. I'm surprised they don't put on L. Ron Hubbard lectures. We could do to them. We could put on loud L. Ron Hubbard lectures. You did. What did you play at the test center? Didn't you do the Xenu stuff? Yeah. They didn't like that.
No, I'm sure they did.
Yeah. Nothing new. Nothing new.
And I just want to let people be aware.
Okay. Oh, there's the SUV we see all around. Now, this car makes orbits. I want to see if there's a livery number or livery tag. A lot of these, the big black SUVs, one of them does not have a livery on it, and I think they probably have film equipment set up in back. But one of them without the livery tags is probably a PI car. And set up with film gear. It's a typical. So as usual, the Scientology Celebrity Center is distinguished by its utter lack of celebrities. No celebrities are seen again. We're going to declare the Scientology Celebrity Center a celebrity-free zone. Celebrity-free zone. There are no celebrities at the Scientology Celebrity Center. It's those were long gone. I haven't seen, for example, Ann Archer. I haven't seen TV's voice of Bart Simpson, Nancy Cartwright. I haven't seen a lot of people. No celebrities, a complete absence of celebrities, except for maybe some TV actors.
Sebastian.
Hey, William, how you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. I'm going to bring out an SP later this week. Someone notable. He was wanting to meet you and some of the other people. He's next week's going to be a news story. I'll just leave it at that. So it's going to be an event, and it'll be announced pretty soon.
Sweet.
So OSA, take notice. Something, huh? Well, it's always best. They have their department of special affairs is supposed to be able to predict stuff. They can't predict anything. No, their ability to predict anything is zero, exactly zero.
But we don't want the girls to get raped. I'm all for somebody making a living, but not at the cost of people getting raped. It's a whole different ballgame. What kind of dog is that? It's so big.
A borzoi, a Russian wolfhound. Yeah, and we have people up on top of Mount DOA, the van. If you keep doing this DOA, your van could be declared a historical landmark. Hey, people really like the interview we did. You want to do a podcast sometime?
Yeah.
Talking about your story?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll reach out to you. I'd like to do a formal,
Okay.
just live stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
About your story. Oh, the LAPD just came by. Well,
Yeah.
I think that's the first.
Take it to court.
That's not how we bring awareness. That is not how we bring awareness. That is not how we bring awareness.
What did he say?
Don't act like you know what you're talking about. Don't act like you know what you're talking about. Yeah, so shut up. Shut up then. And listen.
That's right, Lamar.
What did he say?
Take it to court.
The idiot's in prison.
We are taking the cards in there. They're looking like
Yeah, Masterson's unavailable for court unless he gets on the jail bus and comes down. Hey, where was all the sidewalk art at? I saw a bunch of stuff with the sidewalk art.
They cleaned it all up after.
Was it out here?
Yeah, all over the sidewalk.
So they're pressure washing.
Sure.
Yeah.
I want to get footage of that. I just can't imagine that nobody has footage of them pressure washing or cleaning up the sidewalk.
If you got up early enough,
If we got up early enough.
you could get the pressure washing.
Yeah, exactly. Or stay up late enough.
Yeah.
Right?
Same
I feel like
thing,
you could
right?
catch them.
When it blurs, yeah, late, early.
Yeah.
Oh, look at they put arrows. Wow. I was Lara, I was telling my audience there were no celebrities at Celebrity Center. It's like a celebrity-free zone. There's like no celebrities.
Well, I think they're
You don't-
not interested in going there anymore.
It's like, but I met someone who's an actor who had recent experience. A guy they tried to recruit, a young guy, and they tried to recruit him.
Oh yeah,
And
there's a lot of them.
yeah, he's going to probably do a video with me
Yeah.
on what they told him, what promises they made. Yeah, it did go to court. That's why Danny Masterson is not going to be coming out for a very long time. You are correct.
I got a
Okay, so
a smoothie. I didn't know they made smoothie Earl Grey.
what will
They made
Scientology do?
smoothie Earl Greys. I didn't know.
Let me go see Zach.
So they have actually a new deputy mayor. I can't think of her name. She's on Twitter. But she's
Hey, Zach, how you
they
doing?
hired her to handle this now. But other than that, listen, they work with individual nonprofits that you would think would help these things like PATH, like St. Joseph. But quite honestly, they're not really offering these really They literally go to, you would think they would start off by choosing people who, based upon acuity, based upon getting the elderly off the street, chronically sick, people who have pre-existing conditions, things like that. They don't. They just simply say, this is the location, we work here, put them in a hotel room, we're gonna get charged $4,000 to $5,000 a month. Third parties that administer this are gonna get another $13,000 off it, so $17,000. What they're doing now is they went in front of Judge Carter today, where this is interesting. So it's like they're being sued, the city, because they hadn't lived up to their end of what was required. Anyway, they went in front of Judge Carter. Judge Carter was talking about auditing the Tri-State program. City attorney,
Andy, how are you? So you can see.
Sorry, here.
Oh, no, it's fine. The city,
We got some love in the shop.
Yeah.
listen, Kenneth Mejia, Mayor Bass got more votes than any mayor in history. But Kenneth Mejia, who ran for city controller, actually got more votes than her in the same election. He got the most votes of anybody in LA City history. Period. So he came in with a big.
You guys maybe they don't know.
They came together.
This is the restaurant where Danny Masterson drugged the girl.
Do his job. His job as the city controller is to audit. And so it's Aaron Bass before the judge today.
Hey, well. Hey, well, it's busy. We're going to turn back with Sebastian. Let me see. Oh, my podcast is I'm surviving Scientology money, or I'm sorry, my wife is surviving Scientology on YouTube. My channel is Scientology Money Project on YouTube, and Zach's channel. I don't. I'll ask him. Yeah, I have. You can just go Scientology Money Project on YouTube to see my videos. I have an Apple iTunes channel you can search called Surviving Scientology. Those are old legacy interviews with many people who are no longer with us. So I started doing interviews a long time ago. And so it's busy at La Poubelle. It looks fairly quiet for Saturday night here in Franklin Village. Heading back to Los Feliz. Hey, how you doing? We only have one call. The short time I was there, there was only one call on. Come on, one call, fake call. LA Fire Department rolled up with 2 engines, including the long one. It's gonna be expensive. Anyway, I'm heading back. I'm heading back to the ranch, and nothing. I drove by around Hubbard Way earlier. Nothing happening down there. It's interesting when there's no live streamers. L. Ron Hubbard Way is completely deserted, empty. It is a ghost town. You know, Aaron makes a good point. I mean, so many people do, that these orgs are a big waste of money. They're empty. You don't really see anything on a base as big as what's called Pacific Base, which has, Pac Base has, gosh, Advanced Organization of Los Angeles, where you do your OT levels. It has American St. Hill Organization, CLO, Continental Liaison, that's middle management. It has the IASA, the body that manages the IAS, and it has, it's so big and there's so many orgs, but there's not people there. The Los Feliz mission, absolutely empty all the time. We also have the test center here by our house, Celebrity Center. Then Bridge Publications is down the road. And of course you have Scientology Media Productions. So for the amount of real estate just here in the local area, the real estate alone would be worth several $100 million. Just within 10 to 15 minutes of my house, there is, I estimate, $250 million in Scientology real estate. That is the Celebrity Center, for example. I would expect that to fetch, if you were to sell it, to Price's property, probably $200 million. I would say as a low estimate, just for Celebrity Center, the amount of land, the location, the beauty of it. If you were to turn it into a hotel or take down the existing property and build a high-rise condo project. Pac Base is one city block. East Hollywood, probably close to $200 million for the land. I think they would have to tear down the facility, but you could build so much housing there. It'd be an enormous boon to the city to have 1 square block where you could build housing. Scientology Media Productions is $100 million. So let me revise my forecast with those figures in mind. Over $500 million between Scientology Media Productions, Celebrity Center, Pac Base. I would add in the Test Center, the El Christie Hotel, which is would probably go, I don't know, it's on Sunset. I would have to get a real estate appraiser, 100 million at least, maybe 150 million, so, because it's near the Kodak Center. And so these properties Scientology have, yeah, let's revise it to 500 million plus. And I may do a spreadsheet on it. I know some people who are specialists. There's the black SUV. Yeah, that's one thing you can do for surveillance if you're a PI. You rent a black SUV and you trick it out with cameras and sensors. And I suspect that vehicle, every time I see it, it runs. I suspect that's just a camera van with sensors on it and cameras in back. And they're going to try to pick up cell phones. I want to try to find it and look at the sensor. It has what looks like some sensors, conformal sensors on the roof. They're probably trying to sweep for 5G. I would guess, being cynical, they were probably trying to intercept phone traffic or text messages. Today, news came out about China's ability to use TikTok to infiltrate your router. So it wouldn't be hard if you were Scientology to outfit a big black SUV with sensor packages to try to get into cell phones. It's illegal, it's a felony, but the law has never stopped Scientology. I am going to bring down my getting a new piece of equipment, sensor detector. But I suspect it has passive listening devices to try to get IP addresses from phones like mine. That's what I think Scientology would do. That's what I would do. I would equip that van, some computers inside, satellite uplink, sweep for IP addresses of all the phones and collect those. If possible, try to get into the phones. So let me war game this. If I were Office of Special Affairs farming this out to a specialist firm, I would definitely need a vehicle like that on the street to sweep, and I would orbit. And this one big black SUV does orbit, like it's collecting data. It's making regular sweeps, so you want to detect, because what you have to do is make multiple sweeps past the location over time, maybe 10 to 20 times a night. I've seen that make it 5 sweeps in the time I was there. And so you pick up IP signals, you geolocate to see where protesters are moving. And then if you can geolocate, you'll be able to find out where they live. So I suspect there's a sophisticated operation going on to collect IP addresses, geolocate people, put that along with their face, build a database on them. And this is an intelligence gathering effort, and that would be one of Scientology's responses to the live streamers. Certainly you would know their computers. Predictably, once you got their cell phones, computers, it would be possible, but you wouldn't do it. It would be possible to do selective jamming of a cell phone. However, if you had an IP address of a phone, if you did a selective takedown of that phone, that would give you a way, to take a phone offline. But the United States military has the ability to geolocate terrorist phones. It's a technology that's available, so it stands to reason that Scientology would hire some black operators to do that kind of data collection. Scientology has the means to do it. That means the means to hire black operators to do it. That is, companies are willing to break the law in order to collect data, invade privacy, engage in hacking. It's happened before. If you recall, a PI named Saul de Guerra hacked Tony Ortega and Mike Rinder's phones. He spent time in jail in New York. So it's been done before, it's been shown. So it wouldn't be surprising if something came out, if the PI firm doing this work slipped up somewhere along the way, if they were geolocated or tagged, because there are countermeasures to take, just theoretically speaking. So I'm taking an interest in the black SUV. There, another one just drove by, and If it's the same vehicle, I pretty substantially can go from there and there. So that's second drive by me of the same vehicle. So if it's meant to send a message, they can go fuck themselves. I don't really care at all. Office of Special Affairs, I could care less what you do, because you're not winning on the streets, you're losing. Your efforts at intimidation are nothing. They're futile. You don't intimidate. You do not intimidate. And in fact, it shows fear. Every time you try to intimidate, it just shows your fear, your complete fear and anxiety, your panic. And I think that goes to David Miscavige's insatiable paranoia. No amount of intelligence gathering, spying, fair game would stop free speech or the internet. So these vehicles, yeah. So what I'm trying to do is establish a pattern. I already have a grid. I know the grid laid out of the local area. And they're using different methodologies. It's possible. So I'm inferring a pattern. I think I have two of the operators located. At least two of the operatives located. These black operators. And so there's an effort to locate this. And it's an open source investigation. There's other people working on it who are not on the street. And so that's sort of an assessment. Let's see what this one's coming. Yep. Oh, he's speeding. Yeah. No, I got you. I got what you're saying. Now that's the same vehicle. Fourth time he's driven by me, so he's just doing an orbit. Here's the second one. So they have an echelon. Yeah. Well, there's other cameras on them, so I'm not really worried. Multiple other cameras, but that's my initial assessment. I have to do some more investigation into it, but there are multiple cameras. So what I want to do is see if there's conformal sensors, rooftop sensors. I want to have a device. You can pick up emissions from the vehicle, and I want to look at the wavelength of the emissions from the vehicle. So there's some scientific work going in to just see what they're doing. And we didn't have this when Anonymous was protesting. The tools to investigate are so much better. A lot of them are the public can buy. You can buy a device to pick up emissions from a vehicle. That's perfectly legal to own. That's you can get. They're expensive to get the right kind of gear, but it's perfectly, if you know how to do it. And that's just a point of interest. I do want to see if we get one more. Predictably, I'll get one more of the black SUVs before I get back to my final destination. Because I was counting frequency. What you do is you look at the time, and there's going to be a frequency or a cycle, and so you're going to count the time. And in order for them to get continuity on a target, yeah, see, right there, I got you. Okay, so right there is one of them. Now, see, I got you. How you doing? We got him trapped at the light, so he's wanting to know what I'm doing. So we're just hanging around. Okay. Now he's going to have a second car, because you need at least two cars, usually three. So there's going to be two. Let's look at the direction. So I've become very interested in these cars. There is going to be another one because they do operate in pairs. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so now there's going to be one more. So we're going to sit here and watch. Clockwork. Yep. Oh, he sped up. I told you there was going to be one more black SUV. Now, so there's the pattern. Two spread out within about 1 minute, 60 to 120 seconds. So we saw the pattern there. The red light can disrupt the pattern, throw it off by whatever the time of the stoplight is. And there's LAPD, which wanted to know if that's routine patrol. So let's see if this guy LAPD turns around. That will tell us if they are attempting a SWAT call, because I'm live streaming their surveillance, and which is more interesting to me than standing outside La Poubelle. I want to see what goes on. Like an anonymous, I'd always go into the side streets, because that's where Callan parked its Eddie Bauer Ford SUV, deluxe SUV, the Eddie Bauer package, if you remember that, from 2008. And that's what their field guys used. Ron Williams lieutenants, use field guys as captains. So if we get one more black SUV, then they are sending a message. So let's just see what this next guy comes. Okay, let's see what we got here. Should get one more. Okay. Come on. Well, we should get one more, but we'll hang on and see. So there is a grid. They're operating on the grid. I can maybe put it up on my... No, I'll leave the grid off my blog. They don't need to know, but I know their grid. It's a box search pattern. It's very classic, traditional box search. Emissions capture, IP capture, counting the number of protesters, getting the IPs, going night after night to get the same IPs to verify, and then assigning IP addresses to individual protesters so you know their phone numbers. And so it's just gathering forensic information by the church. And I'm waiting. Okay, they're not gonna come down. Oh, Ron, what's wrong? You gonna call it a night? I saw your guys. You gonna call it a night, Ron? Well, I mean, you should know that people know what you're up to. They know what you're up to. They know what you're up to. Some people do. Okay. Let me check some. Well, a hit and run, they're not going to do. And I appreciate your concern. But a hit and run is when you get into a felony criminal. And given the traffic, the number of cameras, it's not like the old days, pre-internet, where you could do that shit. I appreciate your concern, but a hit and run more likely would be what we've seen so far is you'd hire some street person to do an assault. You just, a dirty Scientology PI would hire a street person to do an assault, someone who's needs money for drugs, who doesn't know who you are, and they would use throwaway assets. That's how that works in the street. Someone with mental illness who needs drugs, you get them to do an assault, and that way, even if they're arrested, they don't know who the person was, and if they have mental illness and they claim they were paid to beat someone up, they're mentally ill. So these are the kinds of things that you want to know. But what was interesting, just an interesting talk. So I'm going to start delving more into the forensics of what we're dealing with. And that's what I've been actually doing, is just kind of covering box patterns and such, vehicles, recurring patterns and frequencies. So next time I'll bring you up to date. I'm going to cut the live now. Thanks for hanging out with me and taking notes. This is, VPN. When you're live streaming, you can still defeat a VPN. I'm not going to get into technically, but once you get the emission, you can use a VPN, but your phone still has an emission signature. And maybe we can talk about that later. So a VPN, yes, you should use one online, but when you're live streaming, even if you're going through a VPN live streaming, your phone still has a signature. And that ultimately goes down to all semiconductors have their own signatures. And that's how all semiconductors have their own signature. And when you take photos, for example, that's how they catch pedos when they have pictures they shouldn't be looking at, because the pictures will have the code of the semiconductor on their computer embedded in them. And it's very technical, but you can read about it. Well, they're going to get, let me just get this comment here before I go off. Hold on a minute. No, I don't want it, I want, yeah, I know there's just a lot going on because it is a sophisticated world. But the main answer is to not really care if they have my phone's electronic signature. It doesn't bother me, because people can own more than one phone. They can own 5 or 6 phones. They can own 7 or 8 phones. You can own a lot of phones. It's not illegal to own as many phones as you want. So there's countermeasures you can take for sure. Definitely countermeasures. And it gets to be a game. Like, what if their signal emissions of their black SUVs are being read by innocuous people in the field? Wouldn't that be interesting to have a collection of signatures of their vehicles? I'm going to post something about how you trick out a reconnaissance vehicle for civilian use by black operatives who are willing to break the law. That's an interesting story. So I'm signing off, folks. It's getting late, and I've got to get to my appointed rounds. Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah, autocorrect is turning an auto sensor. Okay, well, good night, everyone. Hey, Monkey Paws, good to see you. So, thanks for everyone who tuned in. Happy quails to you. And we'll be back later.